All right, good. Also, we have to wait for Ami to come on at some point. Hopefully, comes on the next couple of minutes. I'm actually going to send him a quick text right now. Um,
Amras?
Ami, boom. Um,
His brother?
Ashi's brother. Ashi's brother. Bizarre Hashem. Okay, Chabra, this is big. This is big. First, I want to thank you guys for mamish firing me up. Firing me up. Fire me up. I just feel like there's so much going on. You know what it is? Like when the heart is stone, mamish stone. What does the Chabra say? What does the Tzaddikim tell us? The Tzaddikim tells us, the water wears away the stone. Water wears away the stone. So the more drops of water that enter the stone, that like just drop and ricochet off the stone, it'll end up creating a hole within the rock. And it's mamish a soft heart. Amala. So Amala. Amala, there we go. There we go. Baruch Hashem.
Can you give my background 1 second?
Okay. So we're saying that the more the water hits the stone, the more drops that hit the stone, eventually, I love it, Ami. Eventually, it'll create a hole, and maybe the water is referring to Torah. Maybe the water is referring to Torah, and it actually makes the vort even that much better. We're not going to get into it right now, but Kitzer, we can't live without Torah, and even if it doesn't feel geschmack, even if it doesn't feel like I'm attaining the light right now, even if I'm not able to quote 45 Hasidic masters, Yoni Ben Susan, we're okay. The little Torah that we do know, the one letter that we do know is really good. Baruch Hashem. And then at some point they'll just they'll make that hole and be like, oh my gosh, Gavat, my one letter that I do know is amazing. I know Aleph, and therefore I could teach Aleph and I could learn a deeper level of Aleph. So, Tfilah B'Shem Kol Yisrael for Perm. God, inspire us to overcome and uproot the energy of Haman and Amalek, which is to say the lust for money. May we extract all the life force of holiness from the energy and bring all the sparks of holiness and the life force of holiness back to the supernal root in holiness and turn them back into Holy Torah. May we always draw onto ourselves the holiness of Mordechai, the Jew, and Queen Esther. Help us to reveal and illuminate all the supernal hues of silver, gold, and copper in a holy and pure way in accordance with your desire. Pour onto us the ability to feel compassion and give charity generously. Send us a flow of abundance, charity, blessing, compassion, life, peace, complete awareness of holiness, and all goodness. And nullify dispute in this world. Remove greed, jealousy, irritation, and argument from your entire nation, the house of Israel, forever. B'siyata d'shmaya. Okay, Kavra, entering into it. Rav Shlomo says something amazing. Right, we're listening to this song, Yidden, 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 so holy, so precious, so pure, the neshamas of Yidden. Beautiful song. Send it to the group chat afterwards. Ami's, he knows it.
I heard the song live the other night.
Oh, with Rav Chaim? Oh my gosh. Do you have a live recording?
Yeah, the New Rochelle Cole, has a recording.
Okay, so we have to get the recording because it's epic. He's everything.
It
So
was a for bringing with Rabbi Kalish.
amazing, amazing. So how do we know? How do we know that we are precious Yidden? How do we know? And what do we really want? Says Rav Shlomo. So Rav Shlomo says on a Perush of Rav Nachman, he says, I really don't know how much I am worth, says Rav Shlomo. If God, 2:15, if God would give us a taste of our own neshama, our whole life would change. If we were able to taste the neshama one time, my gosh, everything would change. Our eyes would open tremendously. The question is not only if you know that you are precious, because if we walk around and say, well, I am precious, but you, listen, I know you're not, it means you never tasted your own preciousness. Because your own preciousness is so divine and so holy that if you mamish know what is precious about you, then every person you meet, you bring forth their preciousness to. It's an amazing thing. You meet someone else and they're attracted to you. They're attracted to you. They want to be better. They want to smile. They want to laugh. They want to talk about their life. They want to open up. much more than the Chitzoni talk. So who are all these big rabbis that we love and talk about all the time? Why, when I stand next to the Lubavitcher Rebbe, when I stand next to the Amshinover Rebbe, I'm a different person? Because at that moment, that which is precious about me is Mama shining. So their presence is so special. We could all think about it in our lives. Like, who's that person in our lives where we go and the moment we're in their presence, we're a changed person. All the dirt is washed away. All of a sudden, we're pure. All of a sudden, my desires become holy or transformed into holiness, using that energy of the unholy to the holy and making a higher level of holy. Who's that person in our lives? Do we have that person in our lives? Mamish have to search for it. Mamish have to search for it. It's so important. So important. So what do we really love, says Rav Shlomo, or asks Rav Shlomo. Rav Nachman says, do you really think we love? This is the biggest sentence. This is the biggest sentence, Chavra. The biggest sentence. Do you really think we love what we want to love? Most of us love everything we don't really want to love. I'll say it again. It took me 15 times to even understand what I got of it. One line. Great. Do you really think we love what we want to love? Question mark. Most of us love everything we don't really want to love. Or we don't really want to love. Most of us love everything we don't really want to love. It's a crazy sentence, mind blowing. So, friends, how do we really love? Yeah.
I think it's similar to, like, for me, for example, like, I love watching football, for example, or playing Xbox. And when during football season, like, I kind of love sitting on the couch for 7 hours and watching. But at the same time, like, after the fact, I don't love that about myself. And in reality, I don't want that to be how I do my days. But going into it, you love it. And then you realize you don't really love it. And you would love, like, the ideal way to spend your day isn't necessarily that, that, but it's so tempting and you fall into that trap in a way. Makes any sense.
And I'm struggling with that too. I'm struggling with that too right now. It's a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing in our lives. I could totally tested that. I could totally relate to it. It's been a struggle for me the last 8 weeks. You're going I've been working. I've been zocha to work in Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv. We're just transitioning to work. We were working before. The Chaver think life starts when you start working. No, life starts wherever we are right now. Wherever we are right now. Wherever we are right now. Every second, Chaver. Every second is work. Every second. No, so I struggle with it now because now time is seemingly limited. Right. All of a sudden I had all this free time to do the 7-hour football, like you're talking about. And now, it's more focused. And we have to start making decisions. It's all about decisions. Okay. Friends, sometimes you could spend 1,000 years and only in the last minute of your life is it clear to you that everything you did in your life you didn't want to do. This is not what I want. Wow, Chevra. Also, if we have that moment of clarity, imagine if we had that moment. It's amazing. Really want. When do you reach the moment? By the way, Ben Susan, I saw Nitai Hurari. I was with him on Friday. Big trip. Big trip. When do you reach the moment that it's clear to you? What do I really love? What do I really want? It is at those great moments when you are alone with God, when your own preciousness is shining so much. We need this the most. Why is it that when you stand by the holy wall, something happens to you and you realize that maybe all those things you want, you really don't want? Friends, I just want you to open up your hearts. So open up our hearts right now. What is the holy wall? How did King Solomon build the holy temple? King Solomon collected the preciousness of every human being in the world. Unbelievable, right? And from that, he built the house of God. Obviously, he didn't build it just from the stones. That is just the outside. But the inside, Chaver, from the Neshamot. If we take a look And now that we're on Zoom together, we just have to extend it. It's how many times can we say that we're on Zoom together? It's an amazing thing. There's a tzaddik in the name of Rav Shailev Karastir. Rav Shailev Karastir, there's a couple short
I'm trying to
stories.
very Moshe.
Yes, Mamish, we sing the niggin. There's one story that I want to point out. I was gonna say two, but Mamish, for tonight's sake. Reb Shaila sat down a group of beggars that came to Karastir and served them a meal. He noticed that even after eating, they appeared uncomfortable, and he perceived that they felt shame at the fact that their clothing was covered in lice. Reb Shaila immediately started to scratch himself as if to show that he too suffered from the irksome pests. Only then did they feel at ease, able to enjoy their meal. So Chavra, B'siyat Deshmaya, we know the Hasidic masters, they used to stand Friday night. You know the Chavra who know everything by heart, who know davening by heart, who know the Torah by heart, who know life by heart, seemingly. And they stand there without the words in front of them. It's amazing, right? They could say recite a paragraph to Tehillim without seeing it inside. They could recite the whole tefillah, Shachri, Mincha, Mariv, without a book, without a siddur. Torah, forget about it. They know all of Shas by heart. There's a Hasidic master once who had a couple people at his Friday night table, maybe not the most learned people. And he sat there with a bencher. His Hasidim were also there. Big Rebbe, Gadol Ador. And he was sitting there with a bencher. The Hasidim go over to the Rebbe after Kiddush. And they say, Rebbe, why were you using a siddur? Gewalt. Not everyone knows it by heart. They later realized that he was using that bencher because the chaver there would be uncomfortable. So that's part of being the mirror for other people. We don't want to consume other people. We want to reveal other people. Reveal other people. That's a sticker from Rav Yair back in the day. And B'siyat Deshmaya, we should be zoka to reveal neshama, reveal our own neshama through easing everyone's pain, through sitting down with people, with tea, with coffee, with warmth, with love, with passion, with a smile. We should all be zocha. Questions, comments, please feel free. Thank you, Chavra.
You know the other Shiloh story in the Belklach, in the bag?
No.
So Joey Newcomb put a song to it, but there's people are going to get, pucks from food from Rip Shiloh. He goes in his bag. There's nothing in there. There's nothing left in there. He says, that's because he was like going in there, like, it's all bags, but it's like deeper in your bag. I'm jumping, but if Joey said you look in your bag, or Vine said look in your bag, you still have koch to just dig in your bag.
Wow. Actually, like meaning he had no more roles, but then he went back in. He had roles for the Yidden.
Yeah.
For the Yidden.
Yep.
Mamish for the Yidden. So big. What a story. What a story. That's what it's like when you're giving to other Yidden, when you're with the other Yidden. You never know what could be accomplished. You never know what miracles you could experience. B'siyat Deshmaya on the lab. We're going to conclude on that. Bellows Ben Susan, you have anything or just smiles?
Oh,
Smiles? Baruch Hashem.
I can't hear you so well. There's a lot going on.
Oh, Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi. It's all good. Fire it up, Chavra. Be well, fire it up. Kavod Shabbos. Kavod Shabbos.
Yes.